Bold prediction. What is Elise Menaker's bold prediction?
Tell me if this is bold. I think it's kind of bold. The entire Cubs outfield will win a Gold Glove.
Oh, I like that.
I like that a lot.
Because I feel like it's very possible. So that's why this is bold. But, I think Hap, obviously, done it several times. Tucker, and I think PCA will win his first one. So that's what I'm going with.
So I had 2 bold predictions. So I will provide my answer now. And I can get in there later as well.
Pressured you.
One was I think Kyle Tucker could win NL MVP. That was my bold Cubs prediction.
Sure, makes sense.
The other was Cubs will have 5 Gold Glove winners overall. I mean, Dansby, I think, makes sense. I think Bush can win at first.
Sure.
Nico won 2 years ago at second. Haps won 3 years in a row. I think PCA is capable, and Kyle Tucker. So, I think any of those 6, I think possibly 5
I
win
think
the Gold
that's
Glove.
fair. I think Nico to start will depend on health. But, really, you could say about any player throughout the season. So, that's possible. That would be cool.
That would be interesting.
I'll give you my bold prediction as a tease, too. PCA will receive down-ballot MVP votes.
Cubs MVP 2025.
Kyle Tucker, that's a really easy one. I don't really see anybody else that can outperform.
That's what I was thinking. All right, so
everyone's going to answer that.
My point B or whatever to this, who's your MVP non-Kyle Tucker version?
Oh, I don't know. I have a bold prediction. Can we tie my bold prediction to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the bold prediction is that I think Dansby Swanson will be the second most valuable hitter on his team. And it's very bold. My standards for bold are very high. I want to hit maybe 1 to 2 of every 10 of bold predictions I make for them to truly be bold. But he's projected as the 5th best, 4th best right now, depending on what projection site you look at. This is last year was the first year where he didn't slug above 400 since 2018. Maybe it had something to do with Wrigley playing down to right-handed power with the wind and everything, but he's got to be good. You paid him a ton of money. I think he is still a very good hitter and has it in him. You mentioned in spring that he'd been kind of banged up for the last year and a half, off-season stuff with his core. There's a lot of idea here that he could be like a 21-2 version of himself where it's 20% above league average production. And maybe I'm fading slightly like Michael Busch and some of those other guys where they're still going to be good, but I don't think they can access a higher level. So it's bold in that sense where it's he's also going to have to outperform Seiya, probably the big one, which is maybe I'm just betting that it takes more time for him to acclimate at DH. So there's a lot of contingencies here to get him to 2, which is why it's bold. But I'm again, my X factor breakout, however you want to put it, is that I think Swanson has to have a good offensive year.
Are you measuring, so at the end of the year when we'll look back and we'll tell you
WRC
right or wrong?
Straight,
WRC plus, that's what I want to know.
That's
fair.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say, 99 WRC plus last year, 117 his last year in Atlanta, 106 his first year in Chicago.
He's got to get to that 117, 120 area, which would be one of the best offensive years he's had. So that's why I think it's really bold.
Nice. I think that's fair. My bold prediction maybe isn't that bold, but I think that Kyle Tucker wins NL MVP. I think over Shohei Ohtani and some of the others. That's my bold prediction for the season. But I think looking at it, it's kind of Kyle Tucker and Seiya Suzuki are the star level type performers on offense, and you have really quality players, Michael Busch and Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson, depending on what Shaw and Nico and stuff are able to accomplish this season. But I just feel there's not quite as much depth. I feel they're a little more top heavy than they have been in recent years. Losing Bellinger, and then either Paredes or Morel at third last year. Again, Shaw I think is just a wild card in this equation. But I just feel to me, if Tucker is hurt, and he did miss half a season last year, if Seiya is out for an extended period of time, which he has been all 3 seasons in the big league so far, I just wonder if they have enough offense. And then even if those 2 guys are healthy and performing, is there enough depth? I think it's a valid concern. They very well might be fine. I just think there's a lot of question marks surrounding it.
Totally fair point. I agree.
I told you my bold prediction for the 2025 Cubs season. What's yours?
PCA receives down ballot votes. I'm going with the 5+ WAR season. If he gets in the 6+ WAR season, that's probably going to get some down ballot votes on the MVP ballot.